Say cut to check. Say cut to check.
Even the baby, ladies and gentlemen, understand the bullshit. I'm sorry, folks, but y'all gonna see a different Kid Gravity today. I'm pissed off, and I'm not pissed off for the reason you might think, folks. I'm pissed off because benign neglect. We got to stop doing this. This idiotic. Before we start, folks. Before we start, y'all know what I do before we start. Let me turn this off for a second. I have to apologize for the beautiful Sunday morning that's outside. I got to do it. I got to apologize because I'm about to go off, folks. I don't know. You know what? Shout out to M. Flournoy and Codified Trucking on Patreon. Go to the Patreon. I might have to put this on the Patreon after I'm done because language is going to flow on a Sunday morning. Let me see who was in here before I go off. Ty Quinn Campbell, B1. DSA1, hello. Torian Rain, the homie, hello. Kelvin Black, hello. We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I'm going to get this. I'm going to be nice. Dark skinned brother, hello. Okay, folks. This is what we're discussing today, folks. I hope, I need y'all to mark down this date. October 16, 2022, 10:40 a.m. I hope this finally gets it through a lot of people's skulls that these politicians do not care about reparations, and we're going to have to be the ones to make them care or get them out the paint. Victor Costin, hello. Let's get into it, folks. Now, I went on Twitter about 20 minutes ago while I was eating breakfast. And for those who want to know, I ate some leftover healthy Chinese food, Japanese food. They consider they're Japanese. And I saw a tweet. Now, what you see on the screen is Red Joker. It was a response to the tweet that I had. It says, Stacey Abrams, where was the yes to reparations? Stop the babble. It was in response to this. Folks, Stacey Abrams or whatever white handler or aide woke up on a Sunday morning and figured it's a day before early voting starts in Georgia. You never said anything about reparations, so we're going to have to tell a lie on you. We got to make you look votable. So 8:24 in the morning, she wrote this, or the aide. Why I said yes to reparations, but how they heard no. A not so brief thread on reparations. My track record attempts to distract you from what really matters. So already, folks, the first tweet attempts to distract you from what really matters when you know damn well reparations is a major focal point for people to go out and vote in this election cycle. You know this. I know y'all don't rock with him, but somebody got something to say from up north.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
By the way, I have on the yellow display today because that's how pissed off I am. And I'm pinning the the link to come up and talk because after I get through with this, I want to hear what the people have to say. But let's get into her BS thread, folks. Now, remember, I want y'all to keep in mind the line attempts to distract you from what really matters. Keep that in mind as we go down. So her first tweet was, was recently asked about reparations in Athens. Mind you, folks, that happened weeks ago, so it wasn't that recent. But okay. Unless she did an event in Athens that we were not aware of. But the last one I saw, she was in Savannah. But okay. The sound is obscured, but I said yes to reparations, even though the brother who took the video was near her and in earshot of her. You said no to reparations. He asked her that. He said, "Did you say no to reparations?" We all saw the video. But okay. We'll give her the benefit of the doubt for about 7 seconds. So it says, I always have, but I will never mislead Black people by pretending this is easy. I've had a whole convo about my position as well as what needs to happen next. But I will never mislead Black people by pretending this is easy. I've had a whole convo about my position as well as what needs to happen next. Who did you have this quote unquote convo with? What Black people did you have this convo with? Because I know you didn't go to no freedmen on this. Who did you have this conversation with, ma'am? Excuse me. And if you didn't want to mislead Black people, why every time you come outside, you don't mention reparations and say, I'm working on it? At least lie to us. Black man at 777. You seem new, but welcome. TWP Popcorn. Hello. Okay. Here's the truth. For most of my life, I have fought to deliver tangibles for Black communities, and I deeply believe support must be earned. What? Wait, what? Let's read that again. Here's the truth. For most of my life, I have fought to deliver tangibles for Black communities, and I deeply believe support must be earned. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? I get it, though. See, this is the game they run on us, folks. They hear the popular Black folks that the Black grassroots listen to, and they hear certain words, and they figure in their illogical heads, that's what we're talking about. Now, for those that don't understand what I mean, we have heard on many occasions Jason Black, the Black Authority, and Tariq Nasheed on their shows and in Twitter Spaces say, unless you deliver concrete tangibles to the Black American descendants of chattel slavery, we're going to weaponize our vote. So they took the word tangibles and figure that since we're putting money into all these other Black looking groups and the hood is not descended into what it looked like in the 70s and the 60s with burnt out buildings and people strung out on crack, that's somehow reparation. Just like when these white boys like to run around and say, oh, well, y'all got welfare and the right to vote. That's y'all's reparations. So they're already, hang on, hang on one second. My bad, y'all. I got people somebody called me and said that he argued with somebody. He's about to set him my live, but that's okay. Here we go. All right. What was I saying? Yes. They hear the word tangibles and figure that's reparations. So now she's playing white supremacist word games. All right, say less. Let's continue. Black people have long been the margins of progress and wealth generation in this country. As someone raised in the Deep South, my work is consistently closing gaps and centering the needs of Black people. Black people have long been the margins of progress and wealth generation in this country. As someone raised in the Deep South, my work is consistently focused on closing gaps and centering the needs of Black people. So now you want to acknowledge the Black folks who did not participate wholly in the system and build something for themselves when you have never done this before. Now you wanna come and kiss our ass talking about we're the margins of progress and wealth generation. So you're trying to appeal to us now and indirectly diss white people. This is what you're because you think that's gonna make us come to the polls, that you're telling us sweet nothings, and you're for about a tweet or two against white folk. We're out here trying to build legacies with our families, and we have problems attaining generational wealth due to the system. But you want to say wealth generation in this country. So either you're trying to piss off white folks or you're trying to lie to Black people. But I get it. This whole thread is for the low information voter. I get it. I get it. But we're going to continue. 10 years ago, I launched an organization to increase the political power of Black people and work to register 1 million voters in our communities to transform the state of Georgia. Now, that is true. You did do that through the New Georgia Project. You did do that. Except you neglected to mention that for 9 of those years, you were going to schools around this state telling kids, Black kids, that voting is restrictive and your voice doesn't matter. Forgot to put that in your tweet now, didn't you? You forgot to tell the people that even though you registered 1 million voters in the state of Georgia, Black folks didn't give Biden the presidency. It was your connection to the AAPI. You forgot to mention that now, didn't you? You forgot to mention that you were on their radio programs, Radio Korea and Radio Vietnam, telling them what was going on when you were a House Minority Leader. You didn't tell that to Black folks, though, but we're the margins of progress, right? You must mean the Boule Black folks. Okay. As governor, I plan to create real, tangible there you go again. You're trying to sound like Jason and Tariq and others. Okay. I plan to create real, tangible, generational wealth in Black communities. How are you gonna do that, man, when you were talking about raising taxes? How does creating generational wealth in Black communities when you're for Cop City? You were pro refund the police. How does that create generational wealth? Under Kemp, it will take 100 years to close the Black business parity gap with majority firms. I can close that gap by the time your preschoolers go off to college. Under Kemp, it will take 100 years to close the Black business parity gap with majority firms. I can close that gap by the time your preschoolers go off to college. At what cost, ma'am? Because I'm about to become a business owner. What cost? I just became a junior cybersecurity analyst. Now I'm trying to go higher than that, which means I'm gonna be in a different tax bracket. So you come in and raise taxes. How does that help me? So you're telling me that where I'm moving up and I want to vote for a system where it's less restrictive for me to build wealth so I can start putting some away. So when my child is ready to go to college, she'll have a choice of either not going to university or not going to a trade school and starting a business, learning a trade. How does that help me, man? Explain this to me. How are you creating generational wealth when you're sitting there with Fannie Wills and agreeing with her on the back end to RICO all these black men? How are you helping generational wealth? Now, I'm not absolving what them brothers allegedly have done, but they created something. Making something for their family. You're seeking to destroy that. You're seeking to destroy the small businesses in Atlanta, black small businesses, by agreeing with all the other groups that somehow we're the source of all this crime and all at late night in Atlanta, the crime rate skyrockets because we wanna go out and have a nice time out. When Atlanta has been known as a party city for how long? The pathway towards change lies in reducing the over-disciplining of black children in our schools, decriminalizing weed, restoring free technical college and GA, and supporting our HBCUs. I'm committed to it, and other candidates don't even see these issues as worth their time. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. The pathway towards change lies in reducing the over-disciplining of black children in our schools, decriminalizing weed, restoring free technical college and GA, and supporting our HBCUs. I'm committed to it, and other candidates don't even see these issues as worth their time. Why are our children being over-disciplined, ma'am? You would have been better served to say, "I need to start hiring more black teachers." Shout out to Tori and Rain for that. Y'all love to start bringing up decriminalizing weed. You were in favor of this, man, when you were on the House Minority Council. Why didn't you say something? I get it. You were waiting for Soros to give you the money to put the battery in your back. That's right. That's right. Restoring free technical college in GA. Now, I'll admit that does sound nice, but here's the issue. We're in an inflation period right now. Most of these schools, unless you plan to give them billions of dollars, I don't see them staying afloat that long. And we know what happens when these schools close. The degree pretty much becomes useless unless you've been working in whatever industry for a long period of time. And supporting our HBCUs, don't even get me started because we know those are incubators for coons. Y'all don't even wanna promote the freedmen students there. Do y'all understand there's about to be a war brewing on these HBCUs between the freedmen and the African/Caribbean coalition? Because these freedmen children are becoming knowledge of self. They're listening to us in the new black media. They're listening to the elders, and they're starting to say, "I'm not African American anymore. I'm a freedman. I'm FBA. I'm ADOS. I'm B1." By the way, the HBCUs are helping out every other group except us. But okay. We need a governor that cares enough to reduce Black maternal mortality in our state to protect the Second Amendment and second graders. What? And have accountability and better support in public safety. We need a governor that cares enough to reduce Black maternal mortality in our state to protect the Second Amendment and second graders and have accountability and better support in public safety. Hold up. Hold up. Now I want y'all to realize from the first tweet I ran, I said where she mentioned reparations. Do you realize I'm about 4 or 5 tweets in, she has not mentioned reparations not once again, and she knows what reparations are? But all right, let's deconstruct this. We need a governor that cares enough to reduce Black maternal mortality in our state. Now y'all care. 'Cause see, you didn't care about this until Kamami said something. I'm gonna say that again. You did not care about this issue until Kamami said something. So Black women dying on tables giving birth was not y'all's concern because most of y'all were taking money from Planned Parenthood anyway. Would you like to go there, ma'am? See, when Kamami came out and said that one of her main goals as vice president was to reduce Black maternal mortality rate, then I saw all these Black female politicians coming out saying that was a priority. So none of y'all had enough ovaries to come outside and stand in front of that issue. You're trying to use this issue as a way to stamp your Black card. But okay. To protect the Second Amendment and second graders. So to protect the Second Amendment and second graders. So are you trying to tell us on a Sunday morning, a day before early voting, that all of a sudden the Democrats are for the Second Amendment? Is that what you're trying to say, ma'am? The same Democrats who sit up here every time there's a school shooting or a mass shooting somewhere, you guys are the ones talking about, "Oh, we gotta we gotta take away we gotta do gun control. We gotta do gun control." I get it. You're in Georgia where people like to have guns down here. Kemp took away the need to have a license down here. Now you wanna protect the Second Amendment because you know you're not gonna win the voters over if you tell them that you're gonna try to practice control in Georgia. Got it. Now all of a sudden, y'all wanna be pro-gun. All of a sudden. Yet you paid millions of dollars for your security. Or probably aren't. Got it. And then to just tug on the heartstrings a little bit more, you gotta mention a little bit this. Got it. And have accountability and better support in public safety. Ma'am, unless your next words in that statement, unless your statement is translated as I'm getting rid of qualified immunity in Georgia, we're going to be the first state to ever do it. I don't want to hear about about accountability and better support in public safety because guess what that means? That means I'm giving y'all, if I become governor, I'm giving y'all $300 million to build Cop City in Decatur near Black folks. But because my money and my name is going to be attached to that, you better not screw around and shoot the wrong Black person. That's what it sounds like. You can shoot the criminals all you want. Hell, I may even give you a pass if you get another McMichael. I'll give you a pass. I'll stand with you. But if you shoot the wrong Black person, I ain't with it. I'm distancing myself far away as my 2 Christmas hams can go and take me. That's what that statement sounds like. By the way, folks, I'm about 5 tweets in, and I still don't see anything about cash payments or land for freedmen. I still don't hear this because that's what freedmen have been asking for. Oh, and an anti-hate crime bill geared towards black people. Still don't hear this, but it might be coming. It might be coming. Let's see. Other communities will no doubt also benefit from more fairness and equity. There it is. 23 minutes in, and she went away from black folks to other communities. There it is. There's the game. There's the game. Other communities will no doubt also benefit from more fairness and equity, but directly tackling our issues shouldn't require denying others. We have too much power at risk to be distracted by false choice battles over crumbs. Nick. Oh no. Oh my God. You can tell she didn't write this, folks. She did not write this. One more again for linear posterity. Other communities will no doubt also benefit from more fairness and equity, but directly tackling our issues shouldn't require denying others. We have too much power at risk to be distracted by false choice battles over crumbs. I would love for you to go back to them Asians in Chamblee, Dunwoody, and Riverdale and tell them this. When you try to sell them, you need to support reparations for Black American descendants of child slavery. Go to them Latinos near Buford Highway and go try to tell them this. Hell, go down to Perry, where Trump had his rally a couple years ago. Go down to Perry. Go down to Valdosta. Go over to Southwest Georgia. Go tell them white people over there that your community will benefit from giving freedmen reparations. Please, and record it because I want to see the reaction of that crowd when you tell them that. Hell, and when you come back up near Atlanta, go over to Snellville, where them South Asians are, where Kamami's people are. Go tell them this. I would love to see those reactions when you tell them this. I would love it. You can tell she didn't write this, folks, because she must have had a brain fart when she wrote this and then realized, oh shit, I got to talk about black folks. Her next tweet: Black voters deserve leadership that sees them, serves them, and believes in them. I am committed to investing in our families and businesses and delivering tangible benefits to our community. Again, tangible benefits. That's not reparations. Tangibles, tangible benefits to our community does not address black needs, especially black freedmen needs. You know what they want. The DNC is well aware of freedmen. They know what they want. Read things again: cash payments, land, and anti-black hate legislation. You know that. You did not mention that one time because I'm about to get to the last tweet. You didn't mention that one time. 3 things. You keep saying "our." "Our" is a very ambiguous word. That can mean anything. Keep asking tough questions. I will continue to provide real answers and respect during this campaign, and I am committed to delivering results. So you end off your tweet thread with a lie. Because earlier this week, ladies and gentlemen, when Kemp met with those black businessmen in Atlanta, she had so much respect for that man. She tweeted like a scorned lover, bringing up how much money he made since he's been in office, how he don't care about black folks, all this. That's respect. You were a couple tweets away from calling him a white supremacist. I haven't even looked at the chat for a while. Hold on. We're gonna go back. There's a lot of questions being asked. Let's see. Yo 103 Queen and hello. She's paid not to say reparations. No, she's not. She said reparations in the first tweet. And she got paid Friday. Torian said she can't help herself. And Victor Costin said politics have become a get rich quick scheme. Get rich quick scheme. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a free 6 figures. Torian said again, they talk to us like children. Well, we can act like children. No, we got to be smarter than that. We're a lot smarter than that. Here we go. They continue to talk to us like we are children. Well, we can act like children who are not eligible to vote, not vote for. Well, listen, this is you're afforded that right. You do whatever you want to do. Third Ward Colombian, hello, salute. Y'all leave Topaz alone, please. Cyberdyne 100 B1. CRU Royalty B1. So that was the thread, folks. That was the thread. Whole lot of BS. Now I want to highlight this tweet before I go into her comment thread. Now this, let me see where he's from. North Carolina. All right. So he wrote, "Thank you for saying this. Now black men don't have an excuse to not vote for you. Are you insane?" What? He calls himself the supreme being Asiatic black man. The black man is God. How many people you got followed? 855, 1436. Black Alpha follows him. All right. So 74,000 tweets. Okay. So I wrote, if you want hope, go to church. She knows exactly what freedmen have been arguing for in terms of reparations. A thread is BS words out designed for the low information voter. Ray Smith, who hangs with News Toter, came in and says she says this the day before early voting starts. There's no way you're this gullible. Here we go. She been about it. You're in North Carolina, sir. But okay. Now ask Kemp his stance on reparations. Did you hear what that devil Tommy Tuberville said about reparations? Okay. They always want to go to well, what did the white man say? What did the white man say? Dude, I'd rather the white man say he ain't for it than dance around it. I'd rather he say he's not for it and stand on that than lie and say he's for it and then switch up. Because then I look worse on the latter. I would rather my enemy be overt and covert. Shout out to Jason Black for that. I like my anti-black overt. That way I know how to deal with you. I like human beings that are overt with their criticisms of myself. So I know how to deal with you. See, y'all get too comfortable around them damn liberals who kiss your ass all day, and then y'all are shocked when they come out and they really don't like you. And by the way, about Tommy Tuberville, sir, we might do this in real time. Tuberville sides with Warnock. That's why Warnock didn't condemn his comments about reparations. There you go, sir. I see Freedmen have come in on her. Here we go. Here we go. You must be one of them. You must be one of them save yourself black man cats. He must be. A lot of men simply don't respect women, and we all can see it. Lord have mercy. This nigga needs to fall into death. A lot of men simply don't respect women, and we all can see it. He must not get laid in Greensboro. I guess Ric Flair then went through all the hoes up there. Hey, Gravity Beyond, will you be throwing a parade on the 8th? I will be live streaming if I can. I will be live streaming. I will rush home after work, or I will try to see if I can leave early that day. We need this, folks. I will get the poppers. If she loses, I am popping poppers on this day. I might even break out the champagne. I got a whole bottle of champagne. Okay, I used half of it for cooking, but I might open it again. Are y'all insane? Oh, brother Torian. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. We got it. If y'all don't know what Torian talking about. Oh, we got the footage. I'll show up then. You lucky you stay in New York and I don't live there no more, my G. I would have gone to Harlem to come see you. This is what Torian talking about, folks. Al Sharpton says you are insecure as a man if you don't support Stacey Abrams. This man said this in front of a white woman on MSNBC. This is who you told us to look up to because he does so much for the community. This nigga who does the informant shuffle. Rain love. Shalom. Victor Costa, Herschel Walker 2022. Torian, I got a nice little video coming soon about him when it comes to that comment. Oh, yes. Make sure you put the informant shuffle video in there too. Rain Love said sellout. Yes, he is a sellout. He been sold out. He's an informant for the FBI. Been sold out. But this comment here, you know what, folks? If anybody want to come up top, I put the pin. I put in the pin message the link. You want to come up? I'll put it again in the chat. Do not use the YouTube browser, please. Don't use the YouTube browser. Do not use the YouTube browser. Make sure you use Safari or Chrome. Victor Costin. I mean, WTF how? Oh, you didn't know this? You didn't know Sharpton was an informant? You didn't know this? Oh, come on. All of New York knows this. He got one of them big mafia bosses. Even though he tried to lie and say he didn't. Sir, you think white supremacy would let you outside talking that spicy and don't have you on a leash? Come on, bruh. Allegedly. By the way, folks, by the way, we read all that, right? I read that whole thread, right? Did she even mention black men once? Because remember, that's what she said her whole campaign hinges on, her victory. Black men. Did she mention us once? Read for the watcher. Hello. She mentioned families. She mentioned communities. Did she mention black men once? I'm asking for a friend. By the way, I have a video coming up, folks. Let me close the screen for a second. What I hold in my hand is what I got yesterday in my mailbox. Do you understand these are the 17th, 15th, 16th, 17th flyers I got this week? The Republican Party I don't know which one, I think it's this one. Yeah. This is the first one the Republicans have sent me. All the other ones were Democrats, and I'm not registered as either. 17 in a week. By the way, just so you know, on here, Warnock is fighting to make our elections fair, open, and safe for every citizen, combat voter suppression efforts, expand vote by mail and early vote options, and pass federal voting rights protections. Is that all you're fighting for, sir? Is that all you're fighting for, sir? And then the Democrat Party decided to go for Herschel, saying that he likes Klan people and he doesn't think police officers ever discriminate against black people. Okay. But yeah, folks, there you go. She mentioned reparations once. By the way, didn't put the hashtag in so people like Freedmen can come in and see what she was talking about, but proceeded to spend an entire thread not discussing reparations. Now I want damn red Joker. Damn red Joker. Oh man, red Joker came back to her. Jesus, red Joker. Uh, yeah, he's back again. Other communities will no doubt also benefit from more fairness and equity, but directly tackling our issue shouldn't require denying those. We have too much power at risk to be distracted by false choice battles over crumbs. Put the biscuit on it, God. Hey, maybe he answered me. That was my okay. Yes, folks. She said she wants reparations for black people and Native Americans. Why are we linked to them? Native Americans got legislation on the books. But since y'all don't believe me, just unblock it and let's go.
Black people should receive
Fair use.
reparations.
I believe African Americans, African Americans and Native Americans are entitled to reparations. We are the two communities who were legally disenfranchised from the inception of this country, and we are the two communities who had legal structures that were put in place for such a long period of time that our ability to achieve and access opportunity at a level that was commensurate with the rest of America was just not available.
As you're
Okay, folks, I just want y'all to understand what you just heard. She said Black people and Native Americans, but I want y'all, I'm going to play it again, but I want y'all to watch her eyes. That's not the eyes of someone talking directly from the heart. That's someone that is trying to remember what they memorized on a piece of paper. But I got Victor. Victor, go ahead. Victor.
Oh, can you hear me?
I think you're going to have to come back. Now I can hear you.
Okay. Man, yeah, I guess it's wild.
You didn't use the YouTube browser, did you?
First question, can you hear me?
I have Cash App. I don't use Venmo. Yes, sir.
Oh, you only got Cash App? Dang. I'm trying to figure something out.
Yes, right at the bottom of the screen.
Okay. I'm a little bit behind you because when I switched over to this restream, you know, I'm a little bit lagging behind. But did you ask anything, any question, anything like that, or should I just start from where I left off at?
I didn't ask anything.
Okay, well, I had a question for you then. Are you going to any of the rallies, to the reparations rallies? Will you be able to make it?
I planned to go to the one that Tariq was going to have yesterday, but now that he's having one on the 5th, I'm starting a new job, and I don't want to go asking the boss for time off that quick, even though I'm cool with him. I don't want to put that precedent out there. So no, I will not be there, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm making a special trip to be there myself. But I was in the same situation you were, where I was going to make it to the one this weekend, but I had to make special provisions to be at the next one.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I had the car ready and we had the Airbnb booked, but when it got co-opted, I had to cancel all that. And I'm glad they called me because I forgot about canceling the car. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's imperative, man. You know, I don't know, man. It's either this or die, man. I mean, ain't no sweet way to put it.
I did say if we get this wrong, we might as well give up our right to vote.
Oh yeah, why you say that?
Because they were targeting us. Well, black men were targeted in 2020, and we got it right. Even though Biden won, we showed that he wasn't for us, and we went over to Trump's side and voted more than we did in 2016. If we get this wrong, we're not going to have any political clout in 2024. It's not happening. We could come up with the best grassroots candidate that could come in and storm the stage and get a nomination as an independent and be on that stage, but nobody's going to take them serious. We need to make sure that we have people in place that we can get some of these things like illegal immigration under control for about 2 years. And then we start moving in silence, growing these black grassroots candidates, and then coming in 24 and taking over Congress. That's what we need to do. But it has to start November 8th. And we have to make sure that everywhere there's a seat up. If they're not for black folks, we need to say, we're not voting for you. We have to scare these representatives and senators because all eyes are on Georgia, especially. And Georgia is the epicenter of black people. If we can hang on to Atlanta and show the rest of the country that we're not playing games, Like, we could just go online when somebody comes up racist and just talk, but if we can exercise our political power and show we can mess the system up, people will take us seriously. They don't take us seriously. They used Obama to try to make us not only a permanent underclass, but make us seem like we don't know what we're talking about politically. And we got pissed off about that. We're like, okay, we got you. And we, for the most part, we've been laying in silence, learning the system. Now this is where we execute it. We had 10 years. This is where we execute it. We executed flawlessly. Everybody be like, damn, we really got to go talk to black folks. And not the celebrities. We're talking about people on the ground. You will start, I'm telling you, we get this right, you will see Republicans in black neighborhoods. I swear to you. They were like, what do y'all need?
Well, they're trying to counteract that with Obama appearing in Georgia. So
I will be there October 28th. They drop that address. I'm dropping everything I'm doing. I will go see that man. I have some questions. So if y'all see me go live on October 28th, you know what time it is. He don't get to come to my second home and start that babbling. Yes, sir. He don't get to start babbling down here talking about how Stacey Abrams and Warnock are the greatest.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting to see. That's going to be pretty interesting to see what he has to say, because I don't know, from what you said in the forward, and what he says in the latter, it's like, good versus evil, or us versus them, because he's going to, like you said, if you think Georgia, is important to us, evidently Georgia is important to them too, and upholding their agenda. So he's coming. Guns blazing.
Georgia is the battleground right now. The way we vote in Georgia is the way the country is going to move for the next 2 years.
Okay. Now you said the next 2 years. I had it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I had a theory of 10 years, because I was thinking of the actual age of the boomers, and the youngest boomer right now probably be really old in the next 10 years. Because I think the youngest Gen Xer is about 48 now. So next 10 years, you're looking at about 58, which would make the boomers kind of obsolete then.
Well, those boomers.
So I think they have to do everything they need to do. Yeah, exactly. So
but
they won't have the boomers to back them anymore. So go ahead.
Here's the thing: the Democrats aren't going after the boomers anymore. I know a lot of people get swayed by what they saw with Clyburn's race and how he got all them old folks to vote for him. That's not their base. Their base is the college kids right now. That's why they hate so much that a lot of college kids are now saying that they're freedmen. They're not saying African American anymore. They're scared to death. The worst thing the Democrats need right now is a bunch of college kids signing up to vote for the first time and saying independent or Republican. That's why they're going. Why do you think they're going so hard for illegal immigration?
Okay, go ahead.
Why do you think they're going so hard for illegal immigration? They want to try to see if they can turn those kids into Democrats within the next 10 years. But it's not happening because they're coming from conservative values. So they're more likely to become Republicans or just say, I'm libertarian, and vote towards the right.
Or from what we've seen, they'll be Democrat, but they'll they make policies as if they're Republicans. They'll just say they're Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
So
most of the Democrat Party right now is far left. Right. Most of the Democratic Party is far left. And that sector does not like the moderate Democrats. The moderate Democrats, they'll still hate black folks, but they'll know that Black folks are the linchpin of this country. So they won't say too much about us until it's time to go get voted in. They'll be like, oh, see, y'all need to listen to Black folks.
Okay,
They're talking about it. They're talking about the issues. Y'all need to go listen to them.
okay.
So they'll come around in the last 2 months and start kissing our ass. But we're not falling for that, because we're gonna look back at your old tweets. If you didn't mention us 8 months ago, we don't care. You do what you do. You just like them. You just not as overt with it.
Okay, so it's hard to it's hard to speak over these airways because I want to ask, like, so what's the plan? But evidently we can't tell what the plans are because they listen. I think they listen
like
more
I
than
said,
we listen.
The most we could say is, listen, freedmen need their reparations, and if you don't do it, we're coming. Let's start playing the AAPI game. We're coming. That's it. Anytime, like, what Black people need to do, y'all need y'all's reparations, and we need to make sure that we have people ready to take them seats. Don't tell them where. You'll just know. You'll just know. Just like how Marcel came out of nowhere, we're going to have more candidates like that come out of nowhere.
Well, I think they have a few on the back burner, right? Back burner now, getting them prepped. We just gotta support them, man. And after November 8th, we'll go from there and see what happens, and go with Plan B, C, and D, and E. But this is important,
here's
man.
The plan for everybody. Here's the definitive plan. Here's the definitive plan for November 8th. If you plan on voting, you have to neutralize these Soros-backed candidates. Number one, that's the general plan. But number two, we also, and this is going to be a little harder, we have to neutralize that old people vote. Because them old people, a lot of them still vote blue because they figure that their life is cool, and because it's a Democrat in office, that they want to keep that going. We have to neutralize that vote, because they're not going to listen. They'll listen when they lose. One thing about old people, they will listen when they take an L.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Because y'all can go to any Black church in this country, and when one of them falls short of his glory, how quick they go up to that pastor for guidance.
But shit, man, the kids and grandkids are taking L's every day.
But that's their life. That's what they'll tell you. That's their life.
So, well, are you suggesting? Okay, so, for let me speak personally, and me speaking to my elders, and even the ones that's younger than me. But it's like, okay, from what you're saying, it's like I have to speak to, maybe go a little bit further, and maybe go to the church itself. I don't know.
No,
at this
that's
point,
not what I'm saying.
I know we're doing.
What I'm saying is the church is compromised. What I'm saying is the church is compromised. Can't go to them. We, as now the ones that are gonna be in the elder position very soon, we have to be the ones that get to them young kids. We have to teach them young kids, because it's obvious our parents ain't gonna do it, and these elders ain't gonna do it. We're gonna have to do it. Just like when you go on Tariq's thing, you see people's like, oh, I've been listening to you since I was 12. We need to get to that.
Yeah.
When they get to college, they got to be the ones that know who they are. They got to be the ones that be like, listen, that don't look right. I don't care if she's talking for me. I need you to tell me something. You want a perfect example? Westmore up in Maryland was asked to come talk to Morgan State and them black kids. That man said no. He pissed them off. You don't do that. You don't dismiss impressionable teenagers and young adults like that. They will remember that. And they might weaponize their vote and vote for that white man who actually sat down and talked to him. And they didn't even really like what he was talking about, but they actually gave him the respect for at least showing up and coming there. So that's who we need to go cultivate. Now, notice I said cultivate, not indoctrinate. We got to cultivate them. We got to be like, listen, this is how the political game is played. You look at both issues, both sides, and see who's the best for you. If we can get more kids like that, then we'll have adults that will start voting like that, and we'll have our interests a lot easier to politic out here than try to fight through them and all these other coons out here who don't care about black issues unless it's just about them. Because a lot of these people don't care about the community. They just care about what they can get for themselves. So we have to change that thinking.
That's what
we
I
can
put
change
in
that
that's
thinking.
what I put in your chat. Yeah.
Right. We change that thinking, then these kids become family. They become parts of families. They put it there, and then you start seeing in a generation or two, you start seeing our community start changing. I'm not gonna go for this. These poor child politicians ain't gonna come up here and be like, yeah, we're gonna do everything we can for black people. They gonna want specifics. What you be telling them Asians and them Hispanics and the Jews, we want you to tell us. And if we don't like what you see, not only will you not get our vote, but you will not have a storefront in our community. You can go take it somewhere else. That's how we got to run that. Because every other group cultivates their next generations on how to vote.
That's exactly what I put in your chat. It's become a scheme. When, as a matter of fact, let me tell you, in the 80s, I read a book called The History of Afro-Americans. And it said that the reason in Reconstruction, they let the blacks into politics was the white politicians wanted to steal money. But they couldn't steal money if there's no blacks in politics because you couldn't blame any blacks. So they let they taught the blacks how to misappropriate funds. And then when funds are missing, they just pointed their fingers at the black politicians. So it's almost like, this whole thing is just about, one particular person serving their own, gratitude, which is, I'm not opposed to you getting your money, but at some point in time, I thought the office was for you to serve the people too. When did it become a point where you just think about getting yourself rich? And the hell with everybody else around.
You know what fucked it up? Them televangelists fucked the game up. Reverend Ike and them, and Jerry Falwell and them fucked the game. They fucked the game up. Because instead of preaching to your own constituents, you got to preach to a nationwide audience. So you have more money coming in. And then the televangelists bred the megachurch. So now you could take that template and then you could have 5,000 people in one service. If everybody gave $10, you just made $50,000 a service times 3, $150,000 every Sunday. You're an instant millionaire, tax-free. And you don't have to really preach the word. All you got to do is give people a message that they can use that's cookie cutter. You could just have them apply whatever you say to their life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But even a preacher I would think even a preacher would have to say something out of the Bible every now and then, right?
Yeah, but it depends. You can easily just Google, what does the Bible say about gun violence? There's some passage that you could pull up and put it in your speech. and
No,
people
my
to fix.
point is he would still have to be a religious man 20 to 30% of the time. I don't know. Like
But you got to
what
remember, a
I'm
lot of
saying.
the preachers used to be businessmen in the community. A lot of them are disconnected. Like you would be able to see your preacher 7 days a week because he would own some business in the community or businesses in the community, so he was readily available. He was a person for the people. A lot of them just isolate themselves from the community. You only see them on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Maybe Fridays.
Mhm.
All the other times, he in some parishioner's house. We're not going there today. It's Sunday.
Okay, so but a politician. I'm just saying, to equate it to a politician, the politician would still have to do some work for the people. I mean, at some point in
Correct.
time, you would think, hey, I may be bullshitting 90% of the time, but 10% of the time, I got to do something for these people.
All right, think of it like this. We see what's going on with the water crises around the country, right? Notice it's only in black neighborhoods, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, think of it like this. Now, I come from New York City. When you have a water main break in Manhattan, how fast do you think they fix that water main?
Probably within hours.
Exactly. How long did Jackson and Flint have their problems?
It's been what? I think they said, shit, I think it's over 4 or 5 decades, they said.
Yeah, Flint's been 4 or 5 decades. So has Jackson. I did a story about Jackson. They got fed money and they don't know where that money is.
Oh, I know where it's at. They gave it to Brett.
Yeah, I
They
know.
gave it to Brett Favre and the governor.
Probably. But my point is that don't happen in other neighborhoods. Like right here in Georgia, if there was a water main break in Alpharetta, that thing would be cleaned up in an hour because the people up there would not stand for it. But over there in Bankhead, if a water main break, do you think they're going to be out there that quick unless we start calling? And even when we call, yeah, they'll fix it, but then, the water's going to be messed up for a little bit. You still got to boil it. That's why we need the correct politicians in there. We need the politicians that come from those streets that will go up to like, listen, y'all make the calls. I'm finna go to City Hall, and they'll be banging on the door. Like, listen, Bankhead need their water straight. Let's go. Or I go over a few miles to CBS 46 and Fox 5 and WSB 2, and I start talking, and you'll see how quick they move. We need to get to that level. Like Clyburn is the perfect example. That man knows how his district is.
Are you there?
You don't get on TV. But go ahead.
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
I hear you.
It's kind of breaking. It's breaking up a little bit. I'll just say this. I ain't gonna hog up all the time. If anybody out there, if y'all could show up, to the rally on November 5th, man, that'd be greatly appreciated because this is it, man. Like, if we don't get this reparations, y'all, we done. Ain't no amount of education, ain't no amount of YouTube videos telling you can get this bag, going to help anything, man. It's over. Yeah, y'all have to really see this, man. This is done. I got an 18-year-old son, man. I've been trying to get him a dishwashing job since 17, and I can't even get him a job flipping burgers in Central Florida.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I don't even know what to say, man. Like, if in the next 10, 15 years, man, if things don't dramatically change for us, man, it's a wrap. You might as well just
we're gonna
get
be
your
irrelevant.
passport, move on to another country or something. It's going to be done. Your grandkids going to suffer.
Mhm.
It's done. It's over.
Yeah, I got 3-year-olds about to go to preschool.
So with that, I can see it.
Yeah.
It's done. It's over, man. Nothing you do is going to work. So, God bless everybody, man. And, I can see my time. Thanks for talking, brother.
Yes, sir. And stay safe out there. There you go. We have 3 weeks to educate, folks. 3 weeks. Them white boys are salivating right now to get at us. They are salivating to tell us how wrong we are. They're salivating. Them damn white liberals are salivating to show that Biden got this kind of power. They want that reparations rally to fail. Hell, I saw some troll this morning talking to Tariq saying that they're just going to go to the rally to collect intel. Do you understand how far it's gotten, folks? The future of Black people is on the line November 8th. I know that sounds apocalyptic, but it is. When they do these exit polls, if we're not at least 40% across the board, not past Democrats, like 40% of us are not voting for Democrats, we're not going to have political cachet in this country. I did a whole live stream going around the country with different politicians that are Black who claim they're for us, broke down their issues, and all their through line is it's a Soros backed agenda, which is not for Black people. And Stacey's one of them. Stacey has been groomed since she was 17 to be in the position she's in now. She's been in DC circles since she was 17, folks. She's their key to taking down Black people in the South. Because they fear a brand new Black economic hub in the South. The fact that so many people moved down South during this whole 2020 thing, they knew. We cannot have her be the face of this. We cannot. I would rather deal with Kemp for another 4 years and bust my ass and make sure that at least in Georgia, the Georgia Black people that are descendants of American slavery get their reparations. I know Marcel's doing it in South Carolina. My wife needs that. Her father needs that. You got to make sure California is not compromised. But let's go back to this video.
You're thinking about running for whatever office you decide eventually. Is that going to be a part of your plan in regards to formulating what reparations could look like for us?
I think that we have to have a conversation about what reparations should look like, and that shouldn't be the domain of a single person. In part because I don't know enough to know what the answer is, but I should be a part of the conversation and part of convening those who can provide an answer, because this is a complex issue, and I think anyone who would say that it's simplistic is being disingenuous.
So she's cool with other groups talking about y'all's reparations, but she doesn't mind it as long as she's in the room. This is who y'all want to vote for. A woman who said yes to reparations, but spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tweets not explaining how she's going to get there in the terms of cash payments, land, and anti-Black hate crime bills and legislation. Who said accountability for public safety, but is willing to refund the police and willing to stand with them until they shoot the wrong Black person. The same person who wants to be governor went around to Black neighborhoods, gave us word salads, and used Black men as props, but went to every other group and every other community that was not majority Black and told them what she was going to specifically do for them. Like what she told the Latinos, that I want to give you a pathway to citizenship so you can get, well, no, I tell a lie. I want to make it so that your children can earn degrees here and have the opportunity to pay in-state tuition. Didn't tell Black folks that. She was asked about reparations in Athens. Man, they asked you about reparations in Atlanta. You dismissed it. They asked you about it in Savannah. You word salad the hell out of it. They asked you that in Kennesaw. You word salad the hell out of it. Guarantee you would go to Morehouse and Spelman and word salad the hell out of reparations if somebody on code there would have asked you about it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, that's a good clip. That's a good clip, folk. But this don't beat my clip. It don't beat my clip. You did this on a Sunday morning. You lied on the Lord's Day in Atlanta. Globally Black came, said, we can smell through the BS, Stacey. Reparations should be the top policy on your campaign page. You should have reached out and worked with the grassroots. This is just repeating our words. This tweet means zero. Miss Great Ape came in. Let me give her a Joker one. Jonathan Green said, none of this, and I mean none of it, had to do with reparations. Now we want money. Like the money the government and the entire country made off the free labor of our ancestors. Turns out it wasn't free. We're here to collect. We have the data, the evidence, time for tangibles. Please be careful with the word tangibles because she just basically gave that word no meaning. The statement was great until you made up an argument. Ever said that catering to the needs of the Black American community somehow takes from others? No one. That's an assumption coming from you or your campaign that you need to wrestle and contend with. Blackavelli. Lies. I'm in Georgia. I heard what you said and it was no. It's too late for you to start addressing an issue that Black men presented you with months ago. You tried to ignore it, so we'll make you pay for all the pay at the polls very soon. And then someone with a Ukraine flag and a needle in their name said bot. You just love it when they put a bot. Oh, by the way, I think this was Blackavelli. No, I think this was his. Lord have mercy. Look at this incel, bruh.
Hopefully we can get y'all's vote. That'd be great. We sure need you.
Yeah, I'm not voting for it though.
No.
Yeah.
He said, "Nah, I ain't vote for." I ain't vote for.
Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of her. Period. Just
facts.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give her my vote. I'm gonna go ahead and vote for the other guy. She hasn't really said what she's gonna do for Black people at all. No, black males in particular. But she wants the Black male vote, but she's not really saying how she's gonna benefit Black men in Georgia at all. Just not a big fan of her at all. Yeah. I'm just not really sold on her at all.
Well, she does want sports gambling and casinos added here. Yeah.
Did y'all hear what this man just said? Folk, I don't know how much evidence y'all need to go take to your people who are on her side, but if this is the tangible that she's talking about, I need y'all to go get your people.
How she's going to benefit Black men in Georgia at all. Just not a big fan of her at all. Yeah. I'm just not really sold on her at all.
Well, she does want sports gambling and casinos added here.
Yeah, I don't need
sports gambling and casinos. Now, for those who don't know, they plan to build these sports gambling and casinos right by Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That's on the west side, by the way. Because that's just what the West Side needs. Sports gambling and casinos. Ask Afro Elite how they're trying to do that on the Gold Coast. I'm sorry, in downtown Chicago. Because Atlanta, instead of putting money into the community, making sure that these corporations don't come in and buy up all the land and kick people out of their homes because they need to build buildings. None in reparations, none of this. Black people need sports gambling and casinos. That's what we need in 2022. We need to go to an institution that's going to take our money and we're not going to benefit from it. Because we know damn well they're not going to give a Black person control of a casino. We know this. Got it. What else did you say, sir?
I need tangibles. I need, things for Black males that's going to help Black men, not gambling. I need, some kind of protections and kind of benefits. Yeah, she's not talking about that, Okay. But thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. You too. All right.
Bet you he was right. Them kicks are fire, by the way. I like them kicks right there. But yeah, that's what we need in our community, folks. We need gambling, sports gambling, and casinos. That's what we need. That's what we need. That's what you're selling to Black people. Guarantee I could go look up your other speeches from the other groups. I guarantee you didn't bring up sports gambling and casinos. I guarantee you didn't tell them Asians. I want to bring y'all sports gambling and casinos. They don't need it. They got their own forms of gambling, like mahjong. They don't need you. Latinos play the lotto. Okay, so they'll go gamble. Okay, that's not going to affect their community. Please tell us how you're going to go build that on Buford Highway. Please tell us. I'd like to know that. You're building this casino on the west side of Atlanta because you know on the outskirts people would say something. So you build it in the city where you can attract people coming from the outside, taking the money and taking it back out. But you know damn well any other of the suburban communities would tick you off because they would be out there protesting. Gotcha. So you sell us word salads and casinos. John Horst said, you said no to reparations. You are desperate because you're getting ready to take another L by this white supremacist governor. You will be permanently useless and irrelevant. Unfortunately, most of this is right, but I'm telling you next year she will be on those Democrat national debate stages. I'm telling you this right now. In the Loop Radio, salute to them. They said, oh, you must be in trouble because you sure as hell wasn't speaking like this last time we asked for something specifically for Black Americans. Stacey Abrams, your paperwork looks bad.
Because African Americans represent 12% of the population. And so if you are a traditional politician doing the math, you think if I name this group, I am going to lose other people and I can't get, if every single Black person voted for me, this may not get me what I want. So let me make it vague enough that other people don't get offended by helping.
Oh, you just gave me an idea. I hate to cut you.
I guess we're not in the age of the truthful politician, I guess. All right, you got it. Here we go. Family, who want to tell her? Some people hear what they want to hear. She's been saying the same thing, but just had to break it down for those who continue to reject what she was already saying. Reparations is more than a check, land, and a mule. Who wants to tell her? Who wants to tell her? She's from Auburn, Georgia. Who wants to tell her? Who wants to tell her? Y'all see the name. Y'all can go tell her on the Twitter. Let's continue. There's confusion about your position on reparations because your website never mentions reparationism activists had to twist your arm. Never mentions reparations. Activists had to twist your arm to get you on the damned record on the topic and on the most bold economics. Excuse me. I see you're taxing gambling. Decent idea, but not reparations. How does this help Black folks? I don't understand how this helps Black folks. B-man, you got to splaining and babbling. It's Black, not Black, and cut the BS. And we aren't 12% of the damn population. We've been 12% for decades. What tangible have you given the Black people? Have you given half of all the city contracts to Black businesses? No. State AG do to punish cops that harm and kill unarmed Black people? These are the questions we need answers to. Family, they hear us and understand they can't win without us, even though they thought they could. You could have addressed this lie you're telling as soon as it went viral. You're doing it because those polls are writing on the walls, huh? And still bring up other groups. Oh, here we go. We got some white woman who looked like Lori Lightfoot and Blanche from Golden Girls did the fusion dance. Here we go. Don't you just love it when white people come in and ask how the money's gonna get put out there, and how if my family didn't own slaves, am I a part of this? You just gotta love it. By the way, Black First IS, hello, and RG Titan, hello. So let's see what she write. Born woman, always a woman. All right, Hope. Let's see. How would you calculate the amount of money to be given, and how would you determine who gets it? My DNA test reflects that I have 1% African in me. Would that qualify me? So here comes the bots coming in to troll. They come in to troll. 1% African. You sound like that chick who said that she was 8% Nigerian. I'm a sister. Brother, I get you want to educate them. Do not educate them. They're clearly trolling. Here we go. I will pay nothing. No one in my family ever owned a slave. We didn't come to this country until after the Civil War. We settled in a Union state, taken from the former Confederacy. I guess he doesn't realize that the Union had slaves, but let him read a book. Y'all really finna tell this white troll or bot how to get reparations. Go get it from, fine, I'll answer it. Go get it from the country that you're 1% African from. Go get it from them. There you go. I'm sure that African country, not only will they give you money, but they'll throw you a parade because you're white. Let's see what the comments under the tangibles. Let's see what they said. Well, damn. It's just the same thread. Wait, that can't be right. Wait a minute. That can't be right. You have 15 comments. Oh, here we go. Here's the truth. I say tangibles now because trying to steal the language of the new black media will help to get you to see me in the same light. Hopefully, I say tangibles, yet offer no tangibles. See how serious I am? You should vote for me. I'm basically Tariq the Sheet. Judging by data on wealth, employment, income, criminal justice, health, and a host of other issues, any work that you claim, to have done is an abject failure. If you really cared about our community, I've seen zero evidence that you do. You'd step aside and let others lead. All right. Okay, you fought for tangibles. Tell us about the battles you won and what was delivered to black people through your efforts, please. The only black person you ever fought for served is the one in your mirror. Demetrius A. Carter. Go down to New Emerging King School and help him with funding. He's doing right by them kids in your state. Where are the government contracts? Are you into digital assets such as cryptocurrency and how it will affect African Americans? Well, by the way, folks, about that, Biden and his cronies are putting out legislation to tax that. Even if you don't take it out, they want to control cryptocurrency. I'm going to need y'all to start looking into that. So if you trade crypto or Forex, yeah, they're coming for that money. I'm going to need y'all to keep a watchful eye on that. Because they have something on the books. Unrealized gains. They want to tax unrealized gains. And that's going to affect everybody's money, including, and I'm pretty sure I'll probably be proven right on this, your savings accounts that generate that little bit of interest, unless you have a high yield. So every month when you make a couple of cents, they will tax that. Pretty sure. Support has been earned. Look around you everywhere. There are signs of earned support by Black Americans. What? Lady, what? Who put the battery in your back this morning? What? Well, ma'am, I'm going to do you a favor. Since you only had one like, let's see who liked it. I want to see who liked it. You better not like your own comment. Oh, it's 1 a.m. Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to do you a favor. Come look at this live screen and I got people in here that don't support her. But let's go. And you look old. So this is what I was telling Victor. Can't trust. You got to get the old. We got to neutralize that old vote. Amen to that. But the FBA Freeman community truly wish you good luck with that. All right. And what tangibles have you done for Americans only? I'll wait. I like that picture of Chris Dorner. You're a racist. Tangibles like hurting their businesses when you shut down the MLB All-Star game. Tangibles like that. Tangibles. Still waiting for Trump's health care plan. There you go. Right back to that white man. You're an election denier. All right. But yeah, folks, there you go. That's Stacey Abrams' plan for reparations. I'm curious to see what the comments were under this one about the ones of marches of progress and wealth generation. I'm curious. They got 2 quoted retweets. Oh, see? What did I tell you? Told you she loved them white folk. And them white folk love her. She's from Pennsylvania. See what I mean? And look at this. Boy, I tell you. First one. Nazi image. Man. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. They fall for anything blood. A lot of black people don't go to college and they aren't in jail for weeks. So what tangibles are you advocating for those people? Let me educate y'all something on real fast. Not those in the chat, but those out here playing around out here in these streets. Y'all didn't learn y'all lesson from last week with them racist Latinos over in LA? Huh? Y'all didn't learn nothing? Do not put stuff like this out on a Sunday. I'm going to say it again. Politicians, do not, I repeat, do not put out statements like this on a Sunday. Those leaked audios came out last Sunday. We zeroed in on this. Folk, Stacey Abrams puts this out on a Sunday, 8:24 in the morning. Let me tell you something. Look here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Juicy Genius is in her room right now. She has 263 people talking about this. Well, damn. This one won't come up. I don't know if they talk about it. Yeah, look at this. I don't know if y'all can see this. This is another room. Talk about reparations. She has 28 people in there. Do not do this. Keep trying Wi-Fi. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Because if you put this out on a Sunday, most of us don't go to that indoctrination center called church. Oh Lord, D. Ray McKesson came outside. Oh Lord. D. Ray, don't do it, sir. I spent years leaving you alone. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Because you should be outside if you're so for people. You should be talking about what Stacey said, not about what Kanye said. Don't do it. What Brother Marcel say? How we going to keep asking tough questions when you hide from us the majority of the time with your faux town halls where only the selfish black upper class boule are? This is a sincere question. Look at this. News told her he's having a space tomorrow. We can't have this. What the hell is this? Is that today? No, that ain't today. There's no way. Shout out to the NOI. Kanye. I'm still debating if I should go get Kanye. I'm still debating on that. But yeah, folk, that's it. We gonna get off this. I put the link in the I know most of y'all saw it already, but I put the link to the Twitter thread in the description box, so you guys can go read it for yourselves and look at the comments. But I just hope that what I've played here today shows y'all this woman is not for us. She's placating to the white liberals, the LGBT, AAPI, the Latinos, and everybody else except black folks, unless you're in the boule. I don't know how much more you need. Warnock is the same way. And if y'all vote them two in, y'all might as well start looking for somewhere else to live, another state. Because we're not going to survive the onslaught that's coming here. They're trying to turn this into California, where lawlessness is running rampant. It's all going to be in the black community, and we're going to get blamed for it. Because Stacey's going to be like, well, I'm trying to clean it up as best as I can, but I have situations against us. It's the state legislature. They're the ones that are not letting me do anything. I need y'all to go educate your people. If you're not going to go vote, go educate your people. Send them this stuff. Send them Jason Black's streams about Stacey Abrams. The information is there. She only put this out because she knows this state has a lot of low information voters. I'm not saying they're stupid. I'm saying that they don't realize that you have to do research in this. What is this? What is this? What did you send me, ma'am? I don't even know who this person is. What did you send me? I know this is her site. What did you send me? If you're about to tell me that she was for, ma'am, okay, folk, I'm on Stacey's campaign website. Look at her constituency agendas: black men, black women, AAPI community, Latino community, veterans, small businesses, labor, jobs and wages, public safety, middle class Georgians, and parents. Where is reparations? Let's look at black men. Let's look at black men. Black men deserve leadership that sees them, serves them, believes in them, committed to invest in black men, their families, and their businesses by providing opportunities for small businesses and apprenticeships, expanding access to safe and affordable education, and focusing resources on violent crime prevention, law enforcement accountability. Okay, economic security. Where is reparations? Let's see. I'm going to do y'all a favor. I'm going to open up every single one of these drop downs, and I'm going to, matter of fact, thank you, Stacey. You have a PDF. Damn, I have to download it. Okay, never mind. I thought I could just open it. Okay, let's just open all of these, and let's look up reparations. Thank you. 0.0. Sorry, folks. Let me unshare this screen and share this. Again, I just love when people self-own themselves. I'm on here, folks. I put in reparations. 0 out of 0. There's nothing in here about reparations. Hold law enforcement accountable. Why are you separating this from black women? Okay, fine. I'm curious. Let's play the game. What did you say for black women? I'm curious. Oh, you only have 3 things. You didn't mention crime, by the way. All right. You didn't mention crime. Got it. Oh, you're gonna give them more money. Yeah, quality child care affordable. Like there's no black single fathers in the whole state of Georgia. Got it. You didn't provide that for black men. I'll go back and look, but I didn't see it. Healthcare and housing. Oh, they get housing. Economic security, tax rebates. I want to go back. I want to go back and see. Did you give black men tax breaks? Let me see. You might have. You might have. Economic security. Did you give black men tax breaks? No, you didn't. You want to do a fund, family farms initiative, no fees and red tape. You didn't give us tax rebates, put money back. Oh, you did. Okay, I take that back. Why didn't you put black men and black women together? See what I mean, folks? You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Let me blow this up. Y'all see what I mean? Hell. Oh, shit. I think I went too far. Y'all see what I mean? AAPI and Latino, they're together. Black men and black women are separated. I say that again. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this. Print screen. We gonna put it over here because I want y'all to see this. Words have meaning. Words have meaning, folks. The AAPI community and the Latino community are together. There's no separation. They did not put for the Latinos, mi hermanos y mis hermanas. Did not do that. They did not say hombres, Latinos hombres and Latinas mujeres. They did not say that. They did not say every group under AAPI, this is for the men. Under every group, this is for the women. Now I could be wrong. Let me see. I could be wrong. Maybe they separated it inside. No, they did not. No, they did not. No, they did not. No, they did not. The Asian American and Pacific Islander community and thrive. That means everybody. She just want to give tax breaks that. You said this to black men. You met with those black men that day that everybody made go viral and told them that you were going to give them a small business investment fund because you want to help them build their businesses. Yet I'm on the AAPI side and you promised them the same damn thing. The same damn thing. Don't believe me? Okay. The same damn thing. But look how she worded it when she said it to the Asians. Access to capital. Black men are just going to have to divvy up this money. She's going to pay the AAPI to get more money. I need y'all to cut this part out. Send it to your people. Send it to them white liberal trolls. Send it when one of them come to your door trying to see who you gonna vote for. Have this blown up. You went to black men, ma'am, and said, establish a $10 million small business investment fund. Sounded great on paper. But why didn't when I move over to the AAPI, you're going to give them the same thing you're going to give to black men, but for access to capital, which means they can take some of that money and more or less lie to these banks and credit unions to say, I have money in this. I have about $250,000 in the bank right now. How much can you give me? So they'll take that $250 as capital and collateral and get maybe $1 million more, depending on what business it is. So black men in this state are going to have to fight for $10 million in that fund. But you're willing to work with AAPI to not only fight for them funds, but then they could take them funds that'll be earmarked for capital, which you'll probably already establish with all the banks in this state and all the lenders, to say, oh, they're AAPI. Okay, Stacey Abrams said we can trust them. Here, take this $1 million, go build your business. Go buy your land. Words have meaning, folks. I want to see if she did this for the Latino community. Did she tell them the same thing? Let's see. Latino community. Let's see. Economic security. Okay. Okay. Oh, you gave him the black move. Wait a minute. Let me see. Use Georgia's purchasing power to support small businesses by establishing and monitoring purchasing targets by all state agencies. Did she say that for black people? Let me see. Did she say that for black people? What was it? Let me see something. Use Georgia's purchasing power. Let me see. So you're gonna have the state work for them so they can get their supplies. Let me see. Did you say that for black men? You motherfucker, you. You did not. You motherfucker, you. If anybody ever doubts you again about what I'm saying about Stacey and the AAPI, show them what I just showed you. I say again, if anybody ever doubts you about what I said about Stacey's connection to the AAPI, show them what I just showed you. Words have meaning. Give it to me one more time up north.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Oh, Stacey, you're going to get this. Or a triple coup. Answer. I'm not going to let this ruin my day. The Giants are 4-1 right now. I don't even watch football like that, but I'll look from ESPN on the game cast. But send this to your people. Put this all over Twitter. The last 15 minutes. Don't let anybody tell you that she ain't for the AAPI. That right there solidified it. Shout out to Isosa Osa on Twitter. Because if she didn't send me this link, I never would have looked at this. Honestly, I did not look at this. I had no, I knew what she was about based on what she was tweeting on Twitter. I never thought to look at her campaign website. It's even more nefarious than I thought it was. Yes, sir, dark skin brother. They are surprising me this year. But we got the Ravens today, so I don't know. The Ravens are angry right now because they lost last week. And I think we're playing in Baltimore. So I don't know. But y'all, that's it. Y'all got it. Y'all got y'all decisions to make for the next 3 weeks. If you're going to vote or weaponize the vote. I'm just going to keep educating. That way, for those who didn't vote, they know what's going on. So, before I go, I just got to tell y'all this. From now on, for the foreseeable future, talks will not be on Thursdays anymore. Thanks to this job I'm doing. It will now be on Mondays. No, you know what? We'll do it Sunday. We'll do it Sundays. Because I'm off Sundays and Mondays now. So for the foreseeable future, we'll be on Sundays at 3:00. So commit that to memory. Starting next week, talks will be on Sundays at 3:00. So just keep an eye out on the community tab because I'll start posting the links and the thumbnail that I'm going to use that week on there. And if anything does change, I will make sure to let y'all know there and on Twitter. But y'all, I got to go. I got to go cook fish later and I need to get ready for that. So y'all take care, stay safe out there, and y'all know what to do when y'all see the white supremacists.